Okay, let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Roasted Beans and Tires here. Come and do a little informational video on something that maybe we don't talk about enough inside the side-by-side and ATV community. This weekend, I was out in my land, just messing around with my friend and my son, letting my son ride his four-wheeler, and decided to take the Outlander out. And last year we had built a jump, and we had a pit where all the mud was, where the dirt came from. So we decided to take the four-wheeler into that pit, try to break it up a little bit so we can get some mud in there, maybe get it, become a little bit of a swamp over time. Well, on the exit, there's a little ramp. Well, I was coming out of that ramp and I hit the throttle a little too hard and basically ejected from my four-wheeler because the back end went out. Long story short, landed directly on my head and my neck, went back, crunched. Somehow, luckily, didn't break anything. But one thing I want to talk about, helmets. We all have them. Helmets like this, or if you don't like the full cage, obviously a halfie, or some of us call the penis helmet. Personally, I prefer this one better, a little more freedom. But listen, from this point on, I know for myself, I will not be riding without a helmet. If I had a helmet on, I probably would have avoided a lot of pain. Obviously, we don't need neck trauma. We don't need head trauma. Back, that's a different series, but it is what it is. Listen, make sure we wear our helmets. I can tell you right now, Roasted Beans and Tires from this point on, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, always having a helmet on. I'm going to attach the video of the accident. Again, got very lucky. I got to the hospital. They had the trauma unit ready because our hospital is a small regional hospital. They were ready to fly me out to either Buffalo or Pittsburgh in case I had a broken neck or broken back. Luckily, somehow, I didn't break anything. I'm just a ton of pulled muscles and strained muscles. So just on a bunch of pain meds and a bunch of muscle relaxers. But let's be careful out there. Make sure we're paying attention. Even though we weren't doing anything stupid, accidents can happen. Make sure we got our helmets on. That is the next big push I have for this community. Make sure we're wearing helmets. I know it's not always the coolest thing. It might look dumb or whatever, but it could save you. We're gonna be taking a couple, maybe a week or two off the rides. Doctors told me maybe want to wait a week or so before I get back on after the pain I was in. So gonna be posting some videos throughout the next week or 2 weeks. But once we get back in, we're gonna start hitting some mud. The four-wheeler is gonna have all four wheels on the ground from this point. Mud pits, trails, that's about it. No jumps, no ramps. The side-by-sides, those are what are made for flying. So thank you all for watching. Again, make sure we are wearing helmets. Make sure we're safe, because the last thing we need to do, most of us have families, have jobs. Last thing we need to do is not be able to go back to those because of a stupid mistake and not wearing a helmet like we could.